My son froze the moment he saw me standing in the doorway. He had one hand inside the bottom drawer of my husband's old desk. The other held a manila envelope. He looked at me for exactly 2 seconds before saying the sentence that changed the way I saw my own family. "Mom, this isn't what it looks like." I wish that had been true. Because sometimes the hardest thing to accept isn't that strangers can betray you. It's realizing the people you trust most can convince themselves they're doing nothing wrong. My name is Eleanor Brooks. I'm 69 years old. I'm a retired elementary school teacher from Ohio, and this is how I stopped feeling like a guest in my own life. My husband David and I were married for 42 years. He wasn't a man who bought expensive gifts. He fixed broken things instead of replacing them. He planted tomato plants every spring. He kept every birthday card I'd ever written him in the bottom drawer of that same oak desk. When cancer took him 3 years ago, the house became painfully quiet. Not empty, just quiet. Every room still sounded like him somehow. The creak on the 3rd stair, the old coffee maker that took forever. The wind chime he'd insisted was good enough, even after it lost 2 pipes. For the first year, I lived alone. Then my son Michael called. He and his wife Lisa had lost a lot of money after a construction company he worked for closed unexpectedly. They asked if they could stay with me for just a few months. I didn't even let him finish asking. "Of course," I told him. "This is your home too." Looking back, I think that's the sentence that slowly erased my own boundaries. At first, they insisted on paying for groceries. I refused. Then they offered to mow the lawn. I thanked them. Lisa reorganized my pantry. She said it made cooking easier. She wasn't wrong. Michael started handling my online banking because I admitted computers frustrated me. That felt like a blessing. Until it didn't. Nothing dramatic happened, no shouting, no cruel words, just hundreds of tiny moments that slowly taught everyone, including me, that my opinions no longer needed to come first. One afternoon, I walked into the kitchen and couldn't find my favorite coffee mug, the blue one David had bought me during our trip to Maine. Lisa smiled. I donated those old mugs. They didn't match anything anymore. She said it kindly, almost apologetically. I smiled back, then I went upstairs and cried where nobody could hear me. It wasn't about the mug. It never was. It was the first time I realized memories don't disappear all at once. Sometimes they leave your home one small object at a time. 6 months became a year, then another. Michael found a new job. A good one. Lisa started working again, too. I assumed they'd eventually mention looking for their own place. They never did. Instead, they talked about repainting the living room, replacing the roof, refinancing the house. They used the word "our" more often than "your." At first, I thought I was imagining it. Then one Saturday afternoon, I came home from lunch with my church friends almost an hour earlier than I'd planned. The garage door was open. Michael's truck sat outside. I walked in through the side entrance carrying a pie someone had insisted I take home. The house was unusually quiet. Then I heard drawers opening upstairs. Not fast. Carefully. Methodically. I climbed the stairs. When I reached David's old study, the desk drawer was open. Folders covered the floor. Michael was kneeling beside them. He looked up. Neither of us spoke. He slowly stood. In his hand was the envelope marked, "Last Will and Testament." He swallowed. "Mom, this isn't what it looks like." I looked at the envelope, then at my son. I didn't feel angry. Not yet. I felt something much harder to describe, like a floorboard inside me had quietly cracked. I set the pie on the desk. "Why are you looking for my will?" He hesitated, long enough for me to know the truth wasn't simple. Lisa thinks... He stopped. She thinks we should understand what's in it. I waited, just in case something ever happens. For the first time in years, I realized they had been planning for a future that depended on me no longer being part of it.